Yo, Icon Nation. What it is, man, it's your boy Yerdy G.
It's Nick White, Icon Nation. What up?
And this is another episode of the Toxic Icon Podcast. But tonight we have two extremely special guests.
Bring it in right, Yerdy. You got to bring it in right.
I like to call them, I wouldn't say HHN enthusiasts. I would say theme park enthusiasts.
I would call them the Disney Queens.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I say. The Disney Queens.
We gonna call them the Disney Queens.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Doom Buddies in this bitch.
Yeah. What up?
Hey, welcome. We're so glad to have you on the show. We've talked about it for a long time. The collab has been long overdue, and y'all here now.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited.
Of
We
course.
are so thrilled to be on this. This was a dream collab for sure.
Nah, yeah, long time coming.
Yeah, I'm excited to have y'all. Like once I saw y'all, I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan.
Because on the
Yay!
Toxic Icon end of things, we really have like a lot of accounts that are just about the theme parks, Universal, Disney, those things. And sometimes when we go through our timeline and everything is just horror. And then we'll see y'all show up and it'll be like, check out this new episode about Animal Kingdom or whatever. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta tap in.
Yeah, for sure.
We try to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So real quick, before we really dive into it, give us the history of Doom Buddies. How did it come about? What made you all started? Just a little insight for our audience so they know what the Doom Buddies is about.
Yeah, of course. Well, so Kate and I were part of a cosplay group that did charity events. Mm-hmm. So we cosplayed as Star Wars characters, Marvel characters, superheroes, and that's how we met. And when we became best friends, it's really just like a stepbrothers moment. We're like, did we just become best friends?
Literally.
Yeah, there it is.
Best friends.
Yes. And so we found out that we both had a huge love for Disney and horror. And I think just one day we decided we should just chronicle our adventures together.
We should document.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Kate has so much knowledge about the parks, and they have such a strong background because they used to work at Disney. So I was like, with us together, I just think it would be a very interesting page for people to come to, and we're wild, we're crazy.
Yeah,
so
we like to try new things.
Yeah.
We had those things that were in common, and then we've gotten to try a lot of new things together, and we've kind of documented it through this channel, which we started last summer.
It's almost been a year since the Doom Buddies was created.
So it's a little bit of all the things we like, and then our friendship, a little view into our personal lives. So it's been awesome.
Yeah.
Funny story. We're almost at a year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Literally next month will be a 1 year.
Next month.
I honestly think it's the same
too.
So we really
so
are
funny.
on the exact same path. So this collab, that means this is just that much more dope and important.
Meant to be. Ah!
Huff and dough back.
So Yerdy, we got to get into it. There's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
It's a lot going on and a lot to be excited about, but also a lot to digest. 5 originals in 1 week is crazy work, but
6.
Yeah, you're right, 6. But
yeah.
That was.
Go ahead, Yerdy. Where we at, man?
A Quiet Place. That's where I want to start.
Oh, you want to start with the IP? All right, that's cool.
So what do y'all think about that? Do y'all think it's actually going to be quiet, or more so the aliens snarling in the background?
Yeah, I would love for it to be quiet because I think that would make it all the more scary. I just don't see that really happening just with the style of the way the houses are. But we were saying that we think that it would be a lot of maybe somebody coming out and being like, shh, be quiet, you have to be quiet. And then they're getting grabbed or something.
Yes.
I can see it being try to be quiet, but there's no hope for you.
Right. You might hear a baby crying, or you might hear somebody go shh, and then you hear the
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, seeing the monsters for me would be, or aliens, I guess, would be just worth it to me because they're so like long and like I can picture like they're just big long arms coming out at you and I'm just like that would be wild. And I think it's exactly what Kate said. I think that if they do try to make it quiet, they're gonna kind of, as you're walking through the start of it, kind of set the stage, like kind of how they did with that one house with the tooth fairies. It was like a story.
Revenge of the Tooth Fairies, the
was
original
very
from
good.
From HHN Light back in 2020.
Yes, and like HHN is very good with like setting the stage before you even get into the house. Sometimes, like with certain houses, they do that with their originals and everything. And I feel like if they were to make it right for A Quiet Place, they would have to do that. Like they would absolutely
to give it that backstory.
Exactly, and just like get you in the mind frame where it's like, okay, like this is quiet and there's going to be some stuff jumping out. Like,
you know what? To piggyback off that, since you said that they set the stage, which they do, because I remember how they did the Tooth Fairies Revenge. I believe now that you've planted the seed, it might be maybe, you know, like let's say we're in the outside of a grocery store, right? Or some little bodega since it's New York.
Yeah.
You see the TV screens flashing. You see the little the craters coming down to Earth. You see people getting snatched up by the aliens. I think it'll be something like that to just kind of set the tone. Like, okay, this is what you're walking into.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I can easily picture that for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like coming from the mindset of Yurdi and I being actors in a haunted house, right? The main concern, not even concern, but the main thing that I am concerned about with A Quiet Place would probably be the fact that HHN can really use silence as the main scare target. You know, what HHN is good for is brilliant set design as well as houses that are very loud, very in your face, very intense, especially when the actors come out with the scares, the cue, the sound. You know, they're really good for that. But with The Quiet Place, Yurdi and I have been through plenty of haunted houses, and there's even, I think, our haunted house in Peoria, Illinois. Shout out to our family up at Aura. We love y'all. That haunted house had a scene in there where there was nothing but boxes, right? Boxes built up, and it was kind of like a zigzag sort of maze. No sound effects at all. No sound, no light, just fog and pitch darkness. And there was something about that scene that made that the most intense, more intense than a scene with a strobe light, anything. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope that while we know this will be the first time they will incorporate American Sign Language within a haunted house, that they will use that silence to their, you know, that could tap into people's five senses. It gives you too much time to think about what's going on around me. You know what I'm saying? Like different things like that. Right. I think A Quiet Place could be a banger. It could definitely be an IP that people will be talking about for a long time.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just concerned because we know how people are as a whole, and that, like, you know, we're so into it and we want to like be immersed in it and go along with the story and everything. And like, okay, we have to be quiet, but you know, you're going to have some idiot behind you. Like,
I would be that idiot because last year I went to Orlando by myself while Nick and Jalen went to Hollywood on the same days. So I was probably like 7, 8 electric deaths in, and I'm just running through the house. I'm running through the houses. I would be that person.
That's fine. I just am like, you know, I get so like, I'm like, I want to be like immersed in this thing.
Right.
Like, shut up. Like,
no, I definitely get what you're saying. Like,
what's happening here? Yeah.
Yeah. You want to feel like you're a part of it. Like you want to feel like there's nothing going on around you. If you were in this movie, you want to feel like you're the main character.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying by that immersive feeling.
Yeah. For sure.
And fun fact about A Quiet Place, I'm pretty sure both movies, the first and the second, were filmed in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
Really?
So, in our hometown. Somewhere, I think.
Just like a small town outside of Buffalo.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I'm really interested to see the sets for A Quiet Place because like the first movie was all in that one area where they had like the lights and like they were in the house and they had like all these different things to kind of test if there was going to be a monster there with sound. And I think it'll be interesting to see like how they set that up.
Right. And the second one was more so, it was more so like post-apocalyptic on some Walking Dead shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. I feel like it'll probably follow the second one a little more. I feel like one thing about HHN, their announcement teasers, especially the videos, are not too far off from what you will see at least at one point within the haunted house.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like we'll
Definitely.
probably see, what was that, a laundromat that it started at or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure we will see that scene at some point, just because that's something that many guests will be able to relate to because they've already seen that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just
And I also wonder too, because the new movie, did it come out yet?
No, it comes out the 28th of this month.
Okay.
Okay. Part of me also wonders if they're going to incorporate that, like the start of them coming to Earth.
I think it will. And you know what? I think that they had to show the creative team at HHN some of the movie because think about it, that teaser, there was a cocoon.
Yes.
And I've never seen a cocoon in any of the Quiet Place movies.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was thinking Alien Romulus at first.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And I wanted that so bad.
That's kind of what I think too.
Yeah, because the Xenomorphs don't have cocoons, but you know they have the face hugger and the chest burster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But also too, you never know what kind of creative liberties they would take in that new movie.
Very
So
true.
part of me was like, maybe it's like a new egg. But yeah.
right, like
Like,
okay,
that's
so
what I
what if in A Quiet Place, day one, what if there are cocoons that come out of, I guess, the queen monster or whatever? She's got like a bunch of cocoons in her belly or on her back, and then it creates these itty bitty ones, and then they turn into the big giant ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Sounds like a recipe for me to
I really am
run.
interested to see, like, I'm sure there's going to be like people on stilts, like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Their arms are so long, like.
I'm thinking of like the tall man from
Yes.
Haunting
The
Hill House.
yeah. Oh my gosh, that was so.
The guy on the stilts. That was
Yeah, like something so menacing about a creature coming at you with
That's
long
like that.
arms, just like towering over you. Like that would be so sick, and I feel like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So wait, real quick, because I just want to make sure we dive into it. Because I think A Quiet Place, we could talk about this one for hours. Because the possibilities are endless with this one.
True.
6 originals in 1 week. First, let's go around the table real fast. We'll go myself, Yurdy, Kate, and Aaron, right?
Okay.
Which original are you most excited for?
Oh,
First, this is where I am so excited about this Goblin's Feast. I feel like after the other ones that have been announced, I don't know how people feel about that, but this Goblin's Feast, this is my early prediction, is either a Blood Moon Part 2, like a take on the Salem witch trials, but more on the pagan side, like they're really diving into that. Or this is just some sort of an original concept that Universal has up their sleeve and we really don't know where it's going to go. But I'm pretty excited about that.
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel bad. I don't remember the name. It's the museum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
The
It's on
Museum
our page,
Deadly
but
Exhibits.
Yes. Okay, I'm excited about that one because it makes me think of Ben Stiller, Night at the Museum,
Yes.
with a mixture of the Tom Cruise Mummy.
it's called the Museum
Yes.
Deadly Exhibits.
Like I think it's gonna be a bunch of like sacrificial stuff. So that makes me think about Blood Moon.
Yeah.
I would say more of like Blood Moon on steroids.
I love.
Yes, we loved that
was
one.
One of my favorites last year. It was
Yeah.
so good. I think I got to agree with you here. Goblin's Feast is the one that I'm looking forward to the most because I'm a big nerd. I'm literally wearing my like D&D earrings today. So when we made our little like video like with our wish list, I had mentioned like something along the lines of how they did the dueling dragons. And how it was wizards and creatures and trolls and like
Goblins.
To me, it seems like it's branching off into that direction of like the fantasy world of D&D, of goblins, orcs, trolls, witches, like all the things that you'd be fighting if you were in like a enchanted forest on your adventure in D&D.
Yeah.
Death Eaters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very excited for that because I'm a big old nerd.
Yeah,
Yep,
I'm looking
same.
forward to that one.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Goblin Feast is also mine, but I'm excited for the museum one too, because in our wish list thing, I was saying to Kate, like, I would love like mummies and like Egyptian gods and like big old like Egyptian god with an alligator head, like, and that's all in the museum. Like that would definitely be in a museum. So like, and that's something that I really want to see. Like, I don't know what it is. I just think that'd be so cool. But between those two, honestly, I think Goblin Feast a little more just because again, we're really nerdy and we're into D&D and we love like the fantasy world and we love creatures and goblins and orcs and like when I think they had goblins in the Dueling Dragons
They had
one.
some sort of like a troll.
Yeah,
or something.
and it was so cool. Like,
yeah,
we were talking about how like it would be cool to have like a Lord of the Rings type of like spooky Lord of the Rings type of thing, and Goblin Feast seems like it would be sort of like that.
Yep.
So yeah, they like read our minds. I think.
Know. Oh my God. Did they listen to our
podcast?
Hey, big fans of the Doom Buddies around here.
Okay, so look, crazy story. I was not a fan of Dueling Dragons. Aesthetically and visually, I thought it was perfect.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree.
But the fear factor, it just wasn't there for me.
I didn't find it. Yeah, I didn't. It wasn't even in my top like, of scary or favorites at all. But I just, I thought the concept was really cool. Was really neat.
See,
and at the end we had Merlin. Like Merlin won.
Good ending.
Yeah.
To piggyback off what Yurdy said about Dueling Dragons, when they announced that. So, little background about myself real quick. I just used to look at Dueling Dragons on YouTube over and over and over. And again, as a little kid. And then I went down there and I rode it a couple of times. And so when they got rid of it, and I'm also just not, I don't have a problem with Harry Potter, but I'm not like a huge Harry Potter fan. So when they got rid of it to put Hagrid's in there, that shit pissed me off. Like, I was like, why would y'all get rid of it? You know what I'm saying? So to build a haunted house themed off of that ride, I felt like it was a slap in the face to a ride that it was not time for it to go yet. But at the same time, the detail in there was amazing.
First off, sir, it's Hufflepuff till I die. Okay,
man, it's fire and ice till I die, and not Dragon Challenge.
All right.
I'm here for both, honestly.
I mean,
but they did at the same time, a dope hunt.
A little while and had it have the little overlay where you had to pick the Hungarian Horntail or the Chinese Firebolt.
That's true. They
were like trying to make it work.
They did try to make it work. I knew when they named it Dragon Challenge, I was like, 2 years tops. 2 years tops.
That's it.
But I do feel like with the museum house that like we've been talking about, I would say Revenge of the Mummy, the ride, meets Legends Collide from HHN 31.
Ooh!
Yo!
Oh my God.
I drop the mic and leave right now.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
That's kind of what I think
that
for that
was
one.
such a good house. Oh,
so good.
Yeah,
so
Legends
good.
Collide was dope.
Speaking of that, we still haven't got anything about Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I know.
I was
just gonna say that. I'm like, I want to know what they're doing with the monsters this year.
Yeah, because we're big Universal Monster fans. Like that is always in our top. We just love
classic.
Yeah. But last year's was, I don't know, so good to me. like seeing the hunchback like lean and like almost fall on you, like it's crazy.
They always
Right.
do those ones.
One thing, like,
Oh shit.
it's still on there.
There we go.
All right, y'all still there. We all good. We all good.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
One thing I was gonna say, and we talked about this on an earlier HHN episode with Jamie. Shout out Jamie. Yeah, that's family right there. We love Jamie.
We love her.
Creature from the Black Lagoon. My take is that this will be a show. That's just kind of my take. I think I don't know. I just feel like it'll be a show. But I feel like that prediction was based off wherever we were in speculation season at that time. So I'm not sure how y'all feel, but I could definitely see it as a show. I feel like it'll allow them to do more.
Or at least a scare
Yeah.
zone.
The zone would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they have to. It's the anniversary.
Yeah,
Right.
I almost was expecting them to announce Creature from the Black Lagoon before anything, just because, it's Universal owns it.
Right.
So I figured, okay, like that's going to be one of the first IPs that they announced.
They did a little like merch
And they did,
thing
yeah.
with the creature too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay.
So
They
I don't
should.
know.
I mean, because like I like Nightmare Fuel. Like I loved it. That was my first time
Yeah.
actually doing the show in all the years I went. But I feel like if they could do the Purge show at Hollywood, why can't they incorporate Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Ooh,
That'd be
wait a
cool.
minute. So this is throwing me back to Beetlejuice's Rockin' Graveyard Review.
Oh God,
Uh-oh.
that's throwback.
And that's one of my favorite things ever.
You know what?
So
Oh,
obviously not like that cheesy. I get that. But like,
yes.
they've kind of done it. So I could see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
that
Nah, yeah.
Universal Monsters back again.
so you just sparked an idea. What if they do like for HHN 35? It's an all throwback year.
Send it.
Like
I would love
Ghostbusters, Jaws, the original King Kong.
Ooh.
I'm already there. I mean, I was going to go regardless, but I'm already there now. I'm definitely there.
Legit.
We love those.
That
I'm
would
telling
go.
you.
That would go
I'm telling
crazy.
you. Matter of fact, call it HHN Retro.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
No,
Swipe the
I
hashtag
love
never
that.
go alone and just call it retro.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
I guarantee you that you're gonna need a triple express pass just to get to the gate.
For real.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
For real.
Ah, man, hopefully
we're
we'll
calling
have-
it here now. Document it, write it down.
Yeah.
Right.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
Hopefully by 35, both of our platforms will have the little media invite, and then we don't have to get the
Oh,
triple
yes.
express pass.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That's the end goal.
Future guys.
I just want the
sure is.
buffet.
Right. I want the buffet. I want to hang out.
Yeah.
So look, we
And just
got
to go back to what Yuri was saying, like
okay.
I love Nightmare Fuel, but when Kate was showing me some of like the throwback shows they used to do, even with Jack, as like they were doing like performances and
When Jack and Chance had that little like show
Yeah.
where they like did the live kills and like put somebody in a blender, like a giant blender.
yeah, like I'm for that.
That's
Like
crazy.
again, I like Nightmare Fuel. I think it's cool for what it is, but I also am a theater person and I like theatrical. So having like the creature in a show would be cool. Like I'd be for it, 100%. 100%.
Okay.
Universal, please make that happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah. Yes.
For us, please.
Yeah.
And okay, so look, we got about 4 minutes and some change left, right? Round table. Your favorite HHN house ever. You can pick 2 of them
Oh, Nick.
from any year.
Oh my god.
Any year. No judgment. No judgment at all.
Okay.
But this time, Kate, you can start.
Okay. Well, right off the bat, the first one that came to mind for me was honestly, it was Case Files Unearthed.
Oh,
good.
that was a good one.
I'm a big Boris Schuster fan. I really love. I did not think that house was going to be anything worthwhile, and I was going back to it multiple times. It was
Oh,
like-
yeah.
It was good.
It was so good. And then the first year I went was 2018 or 19. Was it 18? 2018.
Yeah.
And that was the year they did the Universal Monsters house that had literally all of the monsters. like all
That
of
was a
them.
dope house.
And that was
made for you.
it was made for me. Yeah, it was incredible. Like again, I went back to it so many times. It was so good.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
For me, I would definitely say Wicked Growth was up there for me. I love the old nostalgic Halloween-y, like I loved the witch reading from her book. I loved the Pumpkin Lord. Like at the end when you see the Pumpkin Lord, I was just in awe. Like, and even like the facade when you walked up to it was all like those pumpkins glowing. Like
Little Boo.
Little Boo. It was just it just like made me feel like I was in this really crazy Halloween fantasy world. It was so cool. And then, man, my other favorite was definitely The Darkest Deal. Last year, I loved that one. It was so good, but like I was saying in the beginning, the story is a big thing for me. If they can pull me into the story and then play it out in the house and also be terrifying, but also theatrical, I'm sold. Like, it was so well done, and whatever demon or monster they had in there was freaking terrifying. It was so good.
That's dope. Yerdy?
Oh, okay. So first off, recent houses. Dead Man's Pier from 2022.
Yes.
He's stealing my shit.
Damn.
Damn.
Dead Man's Pier
was
was elaborate.
Yeah.
They had the atmosphere. It was cold in there. It was raining in there. And it was actually scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so
So-
beautiful.
So yes, Dead Man's Pier is the first one. And last year's Universal Monsters House. Like, they took us to Paris and everything.
Very good. Very good house.
So good.
I will have to say, special shout out to Dead Man's Pier. That house had me fangirling for like ever after I went through it. But my two, since you already took my first answer, man, I have to say Scarecrow the Reaping. And because Scarecrow definitely, it just gave that, like you said, the Halloween vibe, that true, like, that's Halloween Horror Nights to me right there. Like, you need that house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then one that I went through last year that will be in Florida this year that I feel like people just slept on so hard, but it was such an amazing house, was the Monsters of Latin America. And that house deserves its flowers. Going through it in Hollywood was awesome. The detail was great. And you could tell that they really did extensive research about monsters from Latin culture so that they didn't get anything wrong, you know? Like, the history was there. It flowed really well. I can't wait to see it in Florida this year.
Me too. That's gonna
Can't
be
wait.
killer.
Okay.
Can't wait.
I'm sad now because time is running low.
I know. We can talk for hours, guys.
No, we could. We gotta. All right. So next time we gotta be on
On
y'all's
ours.
end.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, let's
Yes.
just get a group FaceTime call going.
There it is.
I
Something.
know, right?
For sure. Absolutely.
We need some more
Yeah.
announcements.
Yes.
Right.
Ben, get off the game and come down here for 15 seconds.
I know. Honey.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, this was good. So please, everybody, like, comment, and subscribe to not only Toxic Icon Podcast, but the Doom Buddies. Mm-hmm. These ladies deserve their flowers.
The link to their platform will be in the description. So don't click our shit if you ain't clicking theirs.
That's
Go
right.
ahead and click it.
Aw.
Or we gonna steal your HHN money.
Ooh, more money for me to buy Twisted Taters because you won't have them.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
But yes, as always, this is Yerdy G,
Nick White.
and of course the lovely Doom Buddies.
And
This has been another episode of the Toxic Buddy Podcast. And as always, stay toxic.